Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerous, and the season of Mahakam has begun, so we have a new seasonal mode. And in the new seasonal mode, every unit played has resilience, which means it will carry over from one round until the next round. Unless you happen to decide to purify it, because if you purify it, it removes all statuses. So we are going to be running Spring Equinox, where we can purify all units on a row. This is our big counter strategy to seasonal. On top of that, we're basically playing a Skellige list that is a little bit point slam and a little bit bloodthirst. And the reason for that is I like the Patricidal Fury leader ability, because we're going to spawn and play Arnold the Patricide, and he is an 11 strength unit, so then he's going to be played, he's going to have resilience. He will also spawn 3 deafening sirens on the opposite row, which are basically 2 strength units that get damaged, and because they're spawned, they won't have resilience, but they'll also block up the row, which means that our opponent won't be able to play as many cards. So it's a pretty nice leader, I think, for this game mode. Then we have some kind of point slam stuff. So, for example, we have Olaf. Olaf is an 8 strength unit, so 8 strength unit with resilience is good. And we can trigger him to boost by twice the amount he is damaged. And we can damage him with Knut the Callous. When we play this, an ally to the right is damaged by half its power, and we damage an enemy. So we can use this to damage an enemy and also to then boost up Olaf. We have the Draco Turtle package. Draco Turtle is a 6 strength body, and whenever it loses armor, it gets boosted by the armor lost. And so we're going to be utilizing that along with cards like the Svalbard Priest, which will damage the unit to its right by 1 and boost itself by 2. So it's going to remove armor and boost itself up. We can also use that with cards like Mardrome, damage the unit by 3, then boost it by 9. So that 3 armor removal is going to turn into a boost. We have Triss Telekinesis, who is going to allow us to make either Mardrome or the Spring Equinox, so we can guarantee finding, purifying the units. Then we have Geralt of Rivia for just removal of tall units, because it's likely to we'll see some big units for the resilience. We have Land of 1,000 Fables to play any special card from our deck, so we can use that to find these Spring Equinoxes, because they are going to be really crucial to our strategy. Alternatively, you can also find cards like Tempest there, purify 3 adjacent enemy units and damage them by 2. So that's quite nice. We have Harald Hounds now. We can use this to spawn 3 Harald's Pals, and then we can damage those Harald's Pals with the Svalbard Priest. So the Harald's Pals, when they're spawned, when they die, they damage a random enemy by 2. So again, just kind of standard damage packets. Yuta and Dimon. If Yuta is the highest unit, she damages herself by 6. But chances are she won't be the highest unit because of things like the Mardrome strategy with the turtle and whatnot. So this would just be a 12-point resilient unit. Then we have our Bloodthirst units like Svanrigga, who's going to boost himself by 5, so he's an 11-point play. Champion's Charge is another special card we can get with Land of 1,000 Fables, and this, if there's Bloodthirst 3, allows us to destroy a unit, so we can use this to kill an opponent's unit, again, if they're too tall. Ulfheiden going to be damaging an enemy unit by half its power. Tempest, we can purify 3 adjacent enemies and also damage them by 2, so again, nice with the resilience strategy. And Prince Willem, we play a random gold card from our deck, and the thing with Prince Willem is when you play him, you're blocking up the enemy's rows, so that's pretty good. We also have the Armored Drakkar. This is a boat. At the end of the turn, if the Armored Drakkar has no armor, it gains 2 armor, and when it has no armor, it boosts itself by 1. So again, we can use this with the Priest or with the Mardrome in order to start boosting it. We have the Svalbard Butcher, which we can use to take armor off the Drakkar or off of the Draco Turtle. And then we have the Terror Crew Plunderer, which again, we damage an ally by 2, and then we can boost the Terror Crew Plunderer by 4. So a little bit Point Slam, a little bit Bloodthirst, and a lot Purify. That is the deck. And yeah, I think it's pretty good in seasonal. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into a game and I'll showcase this deck in action for you guys.
There is but one punishment for traitors.
Okay, so we're against the Nilfgaard Enslave list, and you can see we have our mulligans. We have 1 Spring Equinox here, we can pull another one here, we have 1 here, we have Tempest. We have a lot of interesting cards here. We also have Svalbard Priest and a Drakkar, and another Drakkar and another Priest. I'm going to mulligan, I think, the Mardrome for now. We got Knut. Do you go for the do you mulligan the Priests, or do you mulligan the Drakkars? Or do we just throw the Tempest because we don't need it? We probably just throw Tempest at the moment. Like, we have enough Equinoxes that it's a little bit overkill. So our opponent's going to be going first. And they are apparently trying to mill us.
Time to get our hands dirty.
So they got rid of one of our Mardromes, which is actually totally fine. So opening play, I think, Do we want to block up his rows? If we want to block up his rows, we should play Patricidal Fury early. Alternatively, we can play our Drakars. He can seize a unit with 5 or more power, which is a little bit frustrating, because it's going to make our strategy a little bit trickier. But I think for now, let's just get our boats on the board and see what our opponent gets up to. I think we are in a good position here. So again, he's trying to mill us, which isn't really an issue at all.
Here's our chance.
Okay, so we lost Harold. Again, it's kind of fine. Because we don't intend to play more than 2 rounds anyway. So let's play our Svalbard Priest next to the Jakar now. And then end our turn. And you can see we're now then boosting up our Priest. It's likely that we'll see the Enslaved. There it goes. But that's kind of fine. You know, we're okay with our opponent taking our cards. And he's got 1 Purify. But we have an entire row. So I'm kind of fine with that. So again, we just want to keep playing into this round. We're not too worried about being behind. Because at the end of the day, if we purify all of his units, then we have carryover and he doesn't. So it's kind of fine. Once this gets taller, we can also kill it with Geralt. So we have a Geralt target, which is quite nice. So he's going to put this in between, I would imagine. Oh, he didn't. Oh, so he's taken our Olaf, which is a shame. That is a big shame. We're going to, you know, wanting to draw into that, which would have been quite good. But as it is, not to be. So I think what we'll do for now, what will we do for now, is let's play, should we play another Jakar? We could play another Jakar. We could play, should we play Patricidal Fury? I think we play Patricidal Fury here. Because like I said, this is going to give us an 11. It blocks up his rows with damaged units. And then it allows us to play Svanrigga. I'm going to play Svanrigga on the back row. Because I'm a little bit nervous about Igni in a matchup like this. So I think we should do this. But again, we can also land 1,000 Fables into where is it? The Champions Charge, which is pretty good. Do we think we should, like... I don't think we want to get rid of the clear his resilience just yet. I think we want to do it a little bit later on, to be honest with you. I think we can kind of wait on that. For now, we have a few options. We could Canute something. If we Canute here, we can deal 4 damage to this and kill one of these. We're not going to get Olaf back, so I don't think that's a bad play. Honestly. And then we're ahead at this point. Like, he's likely to boost this, so maybe we should have just killed this. Actually, we probably should have Geralted. Let's Geralt next. I mean, we can kill both of these realistically, so it's probably fine.
Yes.
I wonder if he realizes what is coming. I feel like maybe he doesn't. We'll see. I think this is kind of a game mode though where you have to kind of go all in. Huh. So he's gonna spawn an extra one. I mean, that's fair enough. But it doesn't gain resilience, so he's actually just blocking up his row. So I think what we'll do here, let's play Geralt. Let's just kill the priest. You know, we were going to remove its resilience, but this also puts us ahead, which is pretty nice. And then we'll see, because we can always play the Spring Equinoxes on the next turn, and that's kind of fine. We had a dead card. Oof, feels bad. Feels bad. So I think what we'll do... Do we play our Drakar? Maybe we just play our Drakar. I don't want to pass at this stage. I do want to remove his... I want to remove his resilience, though, and I want to do it before there's an issue. This has to go on the Ranger. Let's just play this. There we go. We can do it without losing points, and he's just lost all of his resilience, which is pretty good. So I'm quite happy with that. The problem is if he has it himself, there we go, he does. He's going to remove our resilience as well. I mean, we have 3 points of carryover, and he has no points of carryover. I mean, we could Tempest. If we Tempest, we'll remove this. I think I'm just going to play the Drakar for now. It's kind of interesting. Like, he's only got 1 unit on the front row. We do have, like I said, Land of 1,000 Fables to pull the Champions Charge, which could be quite good. What did he play there? I missed that. What did you play? Invocation. Place an enemy unit or enemy artifact on top of your deck. What did he take? Oh, he took my Geralt. Okay, so he's got Geralt on the top of his list. That's fine. So I guess do we just go for a Mardrome here off the Triss? I think we do. Could go for an assassination, actually, and kill his carryover. That's probably correct. Or we create and play a bronze card from his faction so we get more carryover. Let's do that.
Is there anyone here to whom I can entrust my missive?
Reveal a unit from his deck. Damage enemy unit by 1 for every spying unit adjacent to it. Damaged by 2. He doesn't have any spying units. Spawn and play a base copy of this unit and summon it to this row. I guess we go for this, right? This gives us 6. There we go. And we have more carryover than him. So I feel like, all in all, we're in a very good position. You know, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so he gets Geralt. But even with Geralt, it's not going to put him ahead, right?
Any last words?
We're still ahead of you. And we've got 1 card in hand, so we'll pass here. Hey. This is going alright. So we definitely want to bleed here. Because, again, we have the ability to Purify. So even if we don't win this round, we should win the next round. And we have a Drakkar on the board, so, you know, these aren't bad cards necessarily. I'm going to throw one of the Terra Crews. Bullfighting is good. And I'm probably going to throw the Terra Crew as well. Oh, I got an achievement. Look at me go. Look at me go. Start a round with 10 points on the board. Okay, so I guess we open with Prince Willem. The question is, what are we going to pull? You know, this is... We probably don't want. This we don't want. This we do want. This is okay. Allfighting's not great here. I mean, I guess we could damage this, but the problem is if we damage this at the moment, it doesn't have any armor. Because it gains its armor at the end of the turn, right? When it's exposed. So then... Let's just YOLO this.
I must think of my folk.
I mean, it's fine. That was not the pull we wanted to see there, but never mind. We don't have, like, the strongest hand. We don't have the strongest hand for this round, but it's okay. And I mean, we've got 2 Bloodthirst units now, so we can actually get Land of Thousand Fables into Champion's Charge should we need it, which is actually pretty good. Cool, so now we can play this. And we'll give this bleeding. I think that's a pretty good play. It doesn't really matter if these units have armor. We're on 19, he's on 8. Portal. Okay. But the thing is, it doesn't play these units, it just spawns them. So it's not really what you want to see in this kind of situation. I guess we play this. Which is his tallest unit? I guess his tallest unit's this one, the Fire Scorpion. Okay, I think we're just gonna win here. Even, like, not utilizing the Purify to get rid of the carryover, I feel like we're in a pretty good position. With the state of the hand. You know, he can ping a couple things, I guess. He's trying to kill my resilient units. But it's like, I'm still up 10 points, you know? So, okay, so he's got Vilgefort. So he's going to burn one of my cards and pull something out of the deck. I would imagine he'll burn the Drakkar. Yeah.
An interesting
oh, so they actually lose their resilience on the next round. I thought, for some reason, I thought they would carry over to the final round. It doesn't really matter, though. As it is, I guess we go for... I mean, he's got injured units, right? So I guess we just play this and go for Champion's Charge. And then kill the Vilgeforts. And there you go. So we can just interrupt all of the resilience. And we win. 2-0. Easy clap. Is it going to end? There we go. I love it. I love it. Okay. So, yeah, that is game 1. If you enjoyed the deck, maybe hit that like button. And now we'll jump into another game. And we'll play the deck once more.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
Okay, it seems like everyone is just playing Northern Realms at the moment. So this is Tactical Decision. They're going to look at our top cards. We've got 1 Equinox here, which is good. We want at least 1 for this round. We have Olaf, we have Draco Turtle, we have Yuta, we have Mardrome, Terra Crew Plunderer. We can mulligan, I think, the Terra Crew Plunderers. We really want to find, you know, a second option for Purification. Didn't find it, but it doesn't overly matter. As long as we have at least one, we're kind of fine. All things considered. So for now, I think we just want to open with, like, playing our Drakars and getting our engines going. If we want to block up his row, you know, we do have Patricidal Fury to do that, which is quite nice. And we can then play the Svanrigga, which is going to give us a good edge for this round. And as long as we're spreading our units out with carryover, it should be okay. It's just a shame we didn't get a second Equinox. But I think one is probably going to be enough that we can hopefully then have enough carryover for the next round. But this deck is nice. It has a really good balance between tall units and... Ha! He found Brisville. That was not a good play with the spotter. It has a really good balance between tall units and power generation, to be honest with you. Like, I do like it in that regard. We do also have the Draco Turtle here, which is quite good. But we don't need to play it this round. You know, we do also have the Ulfheiden and stuff to damage his tall units. Okay, he's doing some kind of soldier strategy. He's playing his leader. Oh, he's got a spy. Okay, so he's going to disrupt us. So this is where the Draco Turtle then is good, because we can just slot the Draco Turtle in there. And then he's got a Nausicaa Sergeant. Oof, that's a tall unit. But then it gives us a Ulfheiden target, which is pretty nice. And I think what I'm going to do for now is slot that Draco Turtle in here. And the question is, you know, do we want to be ahead? If we want to be ahead, we could also then use our leader, which then enables the Svanrigga later on. And then force him to play his units onto the back row. Let's do that. He's played his leader. I'm alright to play mine. And again, he's got his resilience there. So that's pretty good. And now we're ahead. So if we can win on even, you know, that's really nice. He hasn't used his tactical advantage. He might use that just to trigger the Bloodthirst to, you know, stop one of these being damaged. There it goes. Which I think is a fair play. Because it does disrupt the Svanrigga and stuff slightly. But then on the flip side, are we really too bothered by that? I don't think that we are. Because we can always damage this, right? If we damage this with Ulfheiden, we can also just play Yuta here. I would like to point that out. So let's do that.
Exactly what I hoped.
Because there's a 13 here. So then what we can do is we can use the Ulfheiden to damage the Nilfgaardian Knight. And then once we've done that, we can then play things like the Champion's Charge. And then kill the Nausicaa Sergeant, for example. Which I think is a good play. So he's going to transform one of those. Ah, see, now we have problems. Now we have slight problems in that it's going to be hard for us to trigger the Champion's Charge, so we maybe won't see the value out of this Svanrigga. It's a little bit of a problem. But let's just Ulfheiden for now. And I mean, we are up 5 points, and we are going to cleanse all of his, you know, his purification. So we probably do want to hit the front row now that I think about it. He's got, let me see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points there. At the moment, that's the row we're going to have to look to hit, I think. I think what we'll do next is we'll probably just play the Mardrome on the Drakar. Trigger the deploy, but seize up adjacent. Okay. So this is still fine. Like, we're still comfortably ahead. There we go. Oh, for a second I was like, did that not boost? We've got some nice engines on the go. You know, the Yuta's blocking any sort of Igni he might play. The only thing is we do want to find an opportunity to play the Spring Equinox. We also want to play Olaf. I guess we play Olaf now. Puts us ahead. Although I'm not even sure if we need to play it. You know, we have that many good value units here. You know, maybe it's fine without it. The only thing is, like, Champion's Charge. I guess Champion's Charge is still at 5. So 3, 4, reset a unit. That's a big boy play. I think we hit the back row though with the Purify. So let's do that now, because we can always play the Champion's Charge to get ahead on the next round. So let's just get rid of your resilience here. And even if we do lose this round, is it like that big of a issue? I don't think that it is. Okay, so he's passed. So if we play one more card, I guess we play this one. We play Svanrigga. Svanrigga's more carryover, actually. We're now ahead. with a lot more carryover. So now we pass. And this is the thing, like, we had a decent amount of engine value. And we have some big units to play on the board for the carryover. And then moving into the next round, you can see, in terms of current board state, I'm going to mulligan, I think, the Terror Crew Plunderer and probably also Champion's Charge, because we're unlikely to see as much value from it. Okay, so we have 55 points and he has 14. Yay! So let's play this, damage this, and put bleeding on, I guess, this. We could boost this. I don't think I want to boost it just yet because we can damage it again on the next turn. We have more purification with Triss. We have more purification with Tempest. So all in all, I think we're... If we need to stop carryover, we're in a pretty good spot. Spawn and play a copy of a bronze soldier from your hand. Give it 2 armor. So if he's sensible, he'll boost... Yeah, I was going to say if he's sensible, he'll boost Olaf. So let's do that. End our turn. And then we have, like I said, good Tempest value here with these 2 units as well. But I don't think he's going to be able to overcome us. You know, he has 1 card more than us, but we had about 40 odd points more than him. How many Nilfgaardian Knights does this man have? We maybe should have triggered that. Oh well. Time for the Tempest. No carryover for you. And now we have 8 points of carryover. Plus, I guess, Triss. Which I think I'm going to use for Mardrome, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's play Triss on the range row. We don't need Spring Equinox, I don't think. We're only going to purify 1 card. So let's go Mardrome on the Drakkar for the value plays. 34 to 80. What's it going to be, friendo? What's it going to be? And the thing is, you have, like, enough Purify. You have the 2 Equinoxes, you have Triss, and you have the Tempest. So chances are you should be able to beat your opponent in carryover. And then even if you lose the first round, it's going to make the second round, you know, you could just maybe dry pass it. And it's going to be hard for them to catch you. And then the final round, you know, life's pretty good. Oh my god, he keeps sputtering Willem. It's just a shame. Roll Decree. Okay. Oh, you got Tibor. That's cute. Okay, so I'll summon the top unit from my deck. I got Harold. And there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Feels good. Feels good. And yeah, I like this list a lot. I like it. I maybe misplayed the leader, the Arnulf, in the first round there, you know, because I wasn't able to see good value out of Champion of Champions, or Champion's Charge, sorry, it's now called, or Svanrigga, but you guys get the gist of it, right? It's a pretty solid deck, and it's a lot of fun in Seasonal, so, you know, if you want to get your Seasonal wins in, I recommend doing this now before everyone figures it out. If you enjoyed the video, maybe leave a like, let me know what you think in the comments below, or what kind of decks you're running in Seasonal, or what you want to see more of on the channel. Beyond that, you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jaggerous, on Twitter @Jaggerous, and yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Have an awesome day, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video.